Well, I'm on the way this time. Cold, I wanna be keeping you warm. I got the right temperature, can shelter you from the storm. Hold on, girl, I got the right tactics to turn you on. And girl, I wanna be the papa, you can be the mom. Well, I'm on the way this time. Well, I'm on the way this time. Cool, I wanna be keeping you warm. I got the right temperature, can shelter you from the storm. Hold on, girl, I got the right tactics to turn you on. And girl, I wanna be the papa, you can be the mom. Well, I'm on the way this time.
It goes around and
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't I'm so gone, no I'm never turning back. I won't stop, I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so on, you're gonna be hurting bad. Cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad, I stay strong. You will never see me crack. And if you get in my way, you're gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math, when I hate I attack. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm
Let's get ready to rumble!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome once again to another night here at CFR. And it looks like my co-commentator's view has been disrupted by the computer. Pain in the backside. Let me just try and get that sorted for you, Andrew. Joining me once again, as always, on a Wednesday night, Mr. Andrew Buffer Proctor, although we are going to change his name to Butcher because he butchers everyone's name. But
yeah, why not? Off it.
So we got Andrew in the seat tonight. We've got 27 cars lined up, mate. This is going to be something else.
Definitely going to be a big night of racing, and only 5 of them being TCRs as well. Unfortunately, one of the TCR boys will be leaving us early tonight.
Yeah, Ray Oliver going going to bounce early for some prior commitments. So just like last night, we did see him take off. It was about half. Well, it was just before the end of the first one, or just after the second race start.
Yeah, just at the end of the first one. So, but he's work commitments and personal life commitments as well, and his own league. He does have his own league too. So it's good to see him on track to start the night and have a bit of fun with all the boys here in the 86ers.
And don't forget, we got a few more joining us tonight. So we got the Apex guys back out there again. So Russell Gander, just trying to go through this. Jason Thomas is out there. Steph Piccoli's out there.
Yeah, big turnout from the Apex guys. Cochrane as well in the TCRs.
Yeah, I was going to say Cochrane's
Apex
there.
driver.
Yeah,
He's representing the Apex guys in TCR, where all the others are gone for the 86, which is becoming a very big field.
It is becoming what we saw last season with the TCRs. They've literally switched roles. They've gone from being TCR drivers to 86 drivers. But as I was saying to you, mate, it just doesn't quite feel like TCRs to me just yet. I know we're only round 2. But we lost Grandpa. We lost Mr. Gowans out of the series. He has gone to race F3s and all the more to him, but it just doesn't feel right. It's like when we lost McLaughlin in the V8s. It's it just doesn't feel right. It's going to take a little bit to get used to the field.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd compared it to McLaughlin. Don't get me wrong, love the bloke as a driver. Not the biggest fan of him.
No, but you know what I mean. Like when he left, it just left that big hole in the series.
It left a big hole in the series for especially for Ford.
So it's just without you're looking in the TCR list and you're looking for Dougie Gowans because you've got Tyler out there, you've got Dylan DeBono, you've got Cam Hardwick. You've got a big turnout from the Velocity boys. The Vermilion boys are out there tonight. SLM boys are out in force, but there's no Dougie Gowans.
The mobility scooter's definitely been parked up for a
series,
more of a go-kart.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's what
he's trying something new. He's doing what he wants to do. Tried something new, challenging himself in something else. He has won his last 3 or 4 seasons in a TCR, whether it was with us or with a different league.
Yeah,
last 3 in a row. So he's pretty much dominated that.
Back to back in another league, and then he won season 1 here. So he's gone 3 straight championships in the TCR, and like I said, all the more to him. He's solid in whatever he takes his hand to. So good to see him moving on and trying new things.
Yeah, but we've seen him step in a lot of different cars this season too. Just in CFR alone, he's driving a NASCAR truck.
I don't know if he jumps in there.
Himself.
But he'll be in the combox. So just a little hot tip for you guys out there. We might not be seeing Dougie on the TCRs, but you will have him in the combox come Monday nights for the truck. So there's a little insight for you coming up. So
the Grandpa Gowans in the comms.
Hey Andrew, mate, look at the track map on screen.
Yeah.
Is there any space for these guys to get a lap? This is
Probably
crazy.
not.
The amount of people out there, dude.
I'm looking at their lap times too, and they're pretty quick lap times. But then I was doing a bit of research tonight about Okayama. I do like to know like fastest laps and all that. Have a guess what the unofficial fastest lap is.
Oh, I have no idea.
It's a 1 minute 10.218.
That's going to be in a Formula car, though.
Yeah, that's in the Williams FW16.
Yeah, there you go, yeah.
Guess who drove it?
No idea.
Ayrton Senna.
Oh, it wouldn't surprise me.
He's the unofficial lap time. The official fastest lap was done by the one and only Michael Schumacher.
Yeah, Formula car, though.
In the Benetton B194. An F1 car.
Yeah, F1 car, mate. You're talking full aero, and you've got really long back straight. You got a short shoot into the hairpin.
You would not think this track could lead to an F1 track, but they did race here twice.
Dude, jump in the IR18 and go around this track. You will be surprised how much fun it actually is. It is incredible, dude. Oh,
I enjoyed this track last season in the TCR. Not gonna lie, didn't get anywhere close to the TCR lap record around here.
No, jump in either the IRO one or the IRAT, mate, and get out there and have a bash, because it is something else. This track in a Formula car with good grip downforce. That aero downforce and grip versus a mechanical grip that you've got to get out of these TCRs and GR86s, very different story. Yeah, blew me away.
Oh, yeah.
Blew me away.
Definitely would. There's some wicked lap times around here.
It's such a good circuit though. Like, you just front straight.
Oh.
I mean, who's that at the back? That looks like Jacques. No, not Jacques. It's Tyrone Walsh. We jump on the nose of Tyrone. Look at the speed difference that he makes up on. I think it was young Mickey Locke in front. Just in that shoot, and then you've got this little fast flick to the left. We might actually jump on his roll bar. Actually, close enough. Look at the closing speed. It's just ridiculous. And you put a Formula car in here with all that like aero downforce.
Oh yeah,
it's ridiculous how fast.
We did see last season. This part of the track where we're at the moment. There was a couple of incidents there that cars just been sent on.
Yep, there's our.
I just love
one of our league directors.
How new this track is too, compared to some of the tracks we race on.
Yep.
Track only opened in 1990. This track is younger than me.
Actually, there's something for you. I'm not sure if you were aware or if you even read Twitter this week, but there was a post out on Twitter. There's actually a 1.5 mile circuit in where was it now? Was it in the north part of Africa or something?
I did read something.
There was a 1.5 mile track that's overseas that isn't being used.
Yeah.
And it was built around that same sort of time, around that sort of,
1990s.
About that, early 90s, mid 90s, yeah.
Yeah. But there's a lot of tracks like that are just pretty much rotting away to the elements.
We just give this guy here a massive shout out. Mr. Tyler Sheep was in the combox with you last night. 3 years under the gun. 3 years both in there by yourselves last night. And
you can get stuff there.
Here he is. He's out there in the 86, running currently P11 in class.
Yeah, he's doing all right. P11's pretty good in class, considering how big this class is. He's doing well. He's getting his head around this 86 quite nicely.
Oh, he just had a little blip there.
Yeah,
So maybe
it's rare for Tyler.
Maybe his ping's not quite the greatest.
Oh
You
yeah,
say
that
he's-
just bounced.
You say he's improving. It's not hard to improve when you got the likes of Dylan DeBono, Dougie Gowans, Cam Hardwick, all around you. It's definitely not hard to improve in that sort of window. So again, got some really good mentors in that team, and I'm sure we haven't seen the best from Tyler yet.
No matter how good your mentors are, you're only as good as you're going to let yourself be. And he is absorbing everything and pushing himself more and more. It's like the young lady we have on this stream at the moment, just working with the older blokes and learning as much as she can, but she has real life commitments too around the racing world.
Yeah, I haven't heard much on what Steph's adventures outside of the sim are, but I have heard she does race outside.
Outside of the sim, it's not so much. I believe she has a lot to do with Erebus Motorsport.
Oh, well, there you go.
So
There you go. Didn't even know that.
She does have a lot to do in the racing world, but it just shows that there are a lot of women in racing that sort of hide behind it and in the background and do their thing and come out on the sim and just have fun. And yeah, they do it well. Well, we've all seen that. We've all seen some of the women in racing do it very well.
Exactly right. It's always good to see, though, but did start to see some messages rolling in the Discord today. It looks like the Season 1 trophies are starting to arrive.
Yes, they do
So
look good
it's,
too. For the trophy they are, they look very nice, very smart, very smithy, and would love
Very
to win one
easy.
day, but
Very easy to mount, too. I've got to say, like, I'm holding on to one because I've got Jace Holdsworth's third place from the trucks because, again, we know that Jace has just moved over to the Philippines, so he said, no, don't even bother, just keep a hold of it. So it was like, all right, but holding on to it, and it's really easy to put a bit of double-sided tape on, stick it to your frame, or even just put a nice little small hole in it and put it on a hook or something.
Yeah, definitely do. I've got to actually work out what I'm going to do with my best trophy for iRacing at the moment, which was the P2 at Le Mans in Split 5 majors. They've got the little coin that they send out.
Oh yeah.
So all the podiums get a coin, and
Well, I heard
the
from
boys done quite well.
Dougie Gowans. He's got some idea. He's going to get the TCR. He's actually going to get it modelled, and he's going to print it out. Then he's going to stick his trophies on it. You know, like in the supercars, they stick their like pole positions and stuff on that
on the
pod.
door.
Yeah. He's going to do something similar to that up in the man cave. So
that'd be pretty cool.
Pretty cool. I said, make sure you get the pictures in.
Photo of it, show us. Yeah.
Good to see Braden
definitely.
Sagastri out on track tonight.
Captain Close. Is that a new livery?
That is a new skin, man. That thing looks absolutely amazing. I've got to take my hats off to Chris because that livery does look very good.
Caught my eye straight away.
Yep. It's not the typical
Not the dark
MX
purple
wraps.
too.
It's different and it pops. I like it. It looks really good. So
and it looks to be a lighter purple, which is
is
it looks really nice. Nicely done to the boss.
It does. It is a lighter purple, but the way it breaks up with the white and the way just everything just sort of works, it's a very clean livery. So we might be calling that the MX Wrap Zebra, I think, because it looks kind of like zebra stripes. So Chris, if you're out in the chat,
purple?
why does it have to be white or purple? Why can't it be purple and white?
Yeah, that's the question with zebras. Are they white with black stripes? Or are they black with white stripes?
That's right. Can't tell. But Chris, if you're in the chat or you are hanging around, mate, really good job on that. That looks very good. Do like the look of that car.
Yeah. Be interesting to see what other cars that actually correlates to quite nicely. Because there are some cars that I don't think that'd work on, but Chris is quite talented. He can organise something pretty quickly and get it to work quite well.
Just getting the race direction coming through now. So Matty Boylan on screen, a young fella out of LMR doing some real world racing as well. So him and his buddy Jet Murray are doing a endurance together in I think a couple of weeks. It was a week or 3 weeks, something like that.
Yeah.
So wish those boys the best of luck.
Definitely do.
Look at that track. Look at that track.
Does look good.
How can you not enjoy that track? Scared of all this junk. Look at that.
Boy.
Look at that. I mean, honestly, that is a good looking track.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely is.
That's race director just saying that under safety car, which will be virtual safety car this week because we have had a server glitch and the safety car has not gone in, so we are on a virtual safety car. But he said, we'll up the speed to 100 k's an hour because the 86s can't keep up with anything above that. So little punt at the little Toyota. It's not their fault, but they can't keep up. But
I love it. I love the fact they can sit there and joke about it and
I mean,
have some fun.
Oh, Dylan's tire dipping there. That's not going to work, buddy. Another one that looks really good has really smartened up. I've got to say, are the Velocity cars. They do look really smart.
They've definitely updated their livery for that and done a really good job. I believe that's also the team boss that's done that too.
I think it is Steve. Yeah, Steve does those over there. But those Velocity cars look very, very just clean, like that. It kind of like that new one with Braden Sagasa. It just looks.
Yeah, it looks clean.
It just
looks
looks
very
the part.
race,
Like you look
race
straight
car.
at it, and it just grabs you straight away.
Definitely does.
Jump aboard with Dylan Gray. He's struggling a little bit out there in the 86 tonight. Not quite probably where he'd expect to be, but it is only practice. We'll see where he can put it
Yeah,
into.
he has a habit of doing what Kyle Ridley and Ray do. They just find the limit of the tractor in practice and then put it all together come the quali and race.
Speaking of good things, Glenn Wilkinson to the top with a 39.06.
Damn.
39.06. Now, we know Ray Oliver is no slouch in a TCR car, and he's gone a 39.68. He's 6/10 from
Yeah.
Glenn Wilkinson. We know Ray definitely no slouch in that Audi. We know he's fast. And if Glenn's got the number on him at the moment, yeah, you can probably say that it's going to be a struggle out there tonight for some of these TCRs. Mind you, there's only five.
That's the top four within 0.6.
Yeah. Well, no,
It's-
top four, yeah, because Tyrone's a couple of seconds back off that pace. So
Yeah. Tyrone doesn't normally race the TCRs. He's just stepping in tonight because there is no safety car.
and I even sent him the brand new safety car livery as well. I was so gutted. I was
that
like,
means
I
we're going to
just
have to
wanted
go
to-
out and have a look later.
I just wanted to see that safety car, the beautiful safety car that Timo Blundell did so much work on. He gave us that there on screen that we just saw. Dylan Gray going up the inside. Is that really necessary, do you think, Andrew, to be honest? Do you think that's going to initiate
don't
any
think
sort of
it-
trouble? Like, again, we know there's enough animosity out there between drivers. Do you need to really be doing that kind of stuff on pit exit?
Yeah, but also, if you know you're going to go slow on pit exit and you know you're going to have a car behind, probably pull more to the right and let him go through.
But I mean, it's pit lane. You're not racing.
Yeah, it's pit lane. You're not
just
racing.
get
You
him
are out on
and
quali.
then- yeah, that's right. Again, it's just things like that. It's just those little mind games that just trigger people to do silly things. Oh, we see Matty Boyle just on the grass there.
It dips it.
It's just
Dips it
silly
while warming
things
the
like
tyres.
that.
It's not a smart move.
Silly things like that.
Yeah, I think in this type of multi-class, you sort of need to let the TCRs just get out first and then go for it. But we'll see, because the TCRs have also got to remember they are the quicker car. If they aren't on a flying lap and there's an 86 coming, or if they catch up to an 86 who is, sometimes it's smarter to just sit there, sit back, let the 86 have their lap and then go for their flying lap after the straight.
Oh, 100%.
Because the straight is
100%.
definitely long enough for him to get on, get past, get going.
I mean, realistically, if you're a TCR, you want to get out in front of these guys anyway. You don't want to be trying to pass them during quali. Dylan DeBono there. Ray Oliver. No one's setting the lap time. Braden Sagas has got 2 purple sectors there. So this is interesting on their outlap to see just who's got the cold lap.
Who's pushing the car?
Yeah, who's got the cold lap pace. So Jackson Pringle is in as well. So even these virtual
It is a
motorsport
20-minute quali.
mentor drivers are starting to make a good appearance as well.
Yeah, it's good to see them in, and they're no slouch behind the wheel.
Michael
We saw
Arlett
last week.
and John Fillingham, they're also part of Veterans Gaming Australia, so VGA.
Doing excellent work for veterans across Australia and for charities alike, and getting them into racing and into the sims and that. They do a fantastic job. And hey, I'm always down to support our vets.
Oh, well, absolutely, mate. They go and spend years of their life fighting for the country and allowing us the privilege to sit and do what we do. And, we take our hats
Not
off
have
to
to
that.
worry.
We respect a lot of what our armed forces and men and women do across the country. So, it's always good to see, people like John Fillingham and and Michael Arlett and the likes just sort of get in behind it and back it and show some support to the veterans. So it's good to see.
And they do some pretty good events too, especially for endurance racing. On the big days like Remembrance Day and Anzac Day and all that, they do some pretty good events and some very different ones. Like last major event they did Le Mans, but they had supercars, GT3s, and something else racing it, LMDH's racing. Like, it was something different on track, but such a good event to watch.
Yeah, well, I got on pretty good authority, and I think we covered this a couple of weeks ago. They're doing another one for Remembrance Day. I think they're lining up for Magna-Cores, I believe.
Yeah, so another different track. They're probably going to have some different combo of cars that you don't normally see. Hey, I'll happily get behind that. If I'm well enough to race, I'll probably even jump behind the seat and race as well.
I mean, I didn't get to race last time. I was race control with our very own Pete Baxter. We got asked to do the race control for the 6 hours there at Le Mans. Awesome day, not going to lie. But yeah, it would have been good to be on track as well, just to get out there and throw a bit of support behind the guys who are supporting our veterans. So, who was that? Oh, was that Braden Sagassa?
Yeah.
It was.
And we have had Stephen Cass
Steph was right there too. Who?
Stephen Cass.
No, he wasn't in the actual race.
He must have been spotting for
He
someone.
was probably spotting, yeah. Probably for some of the Velocity boys, I would suggest.
Oh, that'd be the owner of Velocity.
It is. That's Steve.
Steve, yeah. I've just never seen him drop out of a race before.
Yeah, no, it's Steve from Velocity, mate. He's the one out there doing the things. Hey, Glenn Wilkinson's back at the top, mate. 39.46. Ray Oliver 39.58, and Jacques with a 39.64. There's 0.12 between each of them. At the front,
close.
and then you got 0.6 between Ray Oliver and Jacques Bonnapel. Now we know Jacques and Ray were former teammates as well, so again, you'd expect them to be pretty locked in heated combat in the early stages.
Former teammates and still current teammates.
Yeah, well, yeah, they moved together, so
Yeah. It's good to see them both out there.
Dylan Gray.
We see your lovely partner on the kick stream there. It's our lovely sainted lady.
Yeah, she's busy doing some artwork, so keep your eyes peeled on the stream. Got some emotes coming and got some things for the Discord coming as well. So,
that's pretty cool.
Been busy working on some little things, some trick things in the background. She does like to dabble with a bit of artwork, so
yeah, I've seen some of the stuff she does. It's pretty talented work. I'm not gonna lie, she's a very talented lady.
Makes me look very second rate, mate, honestly. But you won't catch her in the com box talking about racing, let me tell you. She'll tell you no way on that one.
Oh, come on, Maddie, let's...
Dylan Gray, again, just had a rotation there, but again, with a very quick lap, and he almost matched it 2 laps in a row. So we're talking about that. Actually, sorry, you and Tyler were talking about that last night. When you can match your time is very, very good.
Yeah, very good for a consistent driver. Just
Jace Douglas is stuck in here too.
Matty Boylett's just pings bouncing up 300, 400, and then back down. Hopefully that doesn't play too much of a problem for him. As Sagassa's just disconnected from the server.
After setting a really fast 1:45.15, gets the DC, so that's interesting. Joshua Horton hasn't come back either, nor has Jamie Christensen from Vermilion. Those boys haven't popped back in, so see what happens there. Riding on board with Matty Boiler at the moment, we might jump on his roll bar, and he can take us for a bit of a lap around here and just get us around and just see what it's looking like. But I'm looking at that track map on the stream, and gee, there's not a lot of space, dude. There's really not a lot of room to get a lap.
Matty Boylett's got their only real nice spot to get a lap in too.
For you guys at home, if you're looking at the track map and you're wondering where we are on the green dot. The yellow dots are our TCR drivers, and the blue dots are the other 86 drivers. So we are currently with Matty Boylett Just coming down through into the final sector now.
There's a couple of nice tight hairpins and then a couple of flowing corners.
So this is turn 9. So we sweep left, and we got to flick back in through 10 and 11, which is, 10 more so. And then 11 and 12, very odd corners. This one's very fast, but you have to brake for this one. You can't just hook it in here, so you got to play it in. So we'll ride with Matty for the next lap. Hopefully he gives us a full lap, and we'll go in. So as he's coming down the front straight, the TCL is going to have a massive advantage here down the front straight. Early brake around that witch's hat. The blue witch's hat exited pit lane. He'll be on the brakes. Back down, we can see it is in second gear. Up into third, he'll flick it left. Hold it a little bit.
Body roll.
Oh, it's crazy. He'll be flat out now. Absolutely flat to the floor. He's up into fourth gear. Straight line through here. And Jamie Christensen in the YouTube chat. G'day, mate. We see you did register, but you're not there now. Are you racing tonight, mate? We see now he's going to get a nice little run up here on the back of, is that Mickey Lock? Or is it Dylan Gray? It's 55, it is Mickey Lock. Second, oh no, he's using first gear down there on the tight side. No quali here for fun. You're just going to run from the rear, mate. I like it.
I like that.
Stephanie Piccoli, welcome back. Got to see your plaque arrive safe and sound. Glad I actually sent the right one to the right person. That would have been a bit embarrassing. Steph opens up and gets someone else's.
Should have sent Steph Tyler's and Tyler Steph.
We had a lot of fun doing them. There was like 10 envelopes that were those envelopes that were writing out, and it was like, now which one do we? All right, no, that's Steph. So we got to put that one in that folder, and we got to put that one in that one, and so it was a lot of fun. But yeah, we did get them all out there. So Sainted Lady over in the kick chat as well. She helped with all that and got them sent away. So be keen to see where you put that on the rig or on the wall, Steph. If you share some photos in the Discord, let us see the proud placement.
Put it up at work.
Put it up at work, yeah. Up in the Erebus shed. Look what I got.
I know she does spend a bit of time with the Erebus boys. She's probably sticking on the side of Brody's car. Might bring him a bit of luck.
Give it to Brody to go over to the States with. Actually, there's some news too. Brody Kosecki going over for the Indy Road NASCAR event. So another Aussie driver heading over to do a guest appearance.
He should do quite well over there. I'm not going to lie, he's quite the steer in a supercar, but he's from that neck of the woods.
Well, he did get that start. Like, he was over there first, but again, the cars have changed, and they've come a lot more, as we heard from Shane when he was over there, a lot more supercar-ish in the way that they set up and drive.
NASCAR pretty much designed the next-gen car off the supercar, and the way the supercars have their cars. They wanted it more like that than what they had as a stock car.
Yeah.
Which as you saw with Shane, translated really easily for Shane. As he said, the only real issue he had was he couldn't really get the brake pedal over far enough to heel and toe it properly.
He was stretching. You wouldn't think so. I mean, he won that by a convincing mile. I mean, honestly, like.
And if he didn't have that last yellow flag that brought him back in close, he would have won it by a lot more.
He would have blown them away, dude. But again, it just shows. It just shows when you're so used to something, how you can translate it to another car. Like, we heard.
And it's good to see that the guys from different leagues picked up on it and went, maybe we should try that. Come to a road circuit or a track circuit.
Well, I mean, the thing was, like, you heard the commentators and stuff over there when they were calling Shane's footwork. They're like, and that pedal on the left's the clutch, but you'll never use that. And then Shane's using it to downshift, and then someone's like, no, they'll use that just to control the rear of the car. And when you see the battles up and down the field, and you see the way the rear of the car squirmed around, but yet Shane just seemed to hold on
Yeah,
to the
he
rear.
had
Like
it
it
nice.
never had an issue. He just picked up on it straight away. So it was really good to see. So
Using his clutch, using his rev
oh,
match.
we pick up Cam as he's rotating down there at turn
Oh,
one.
no, not Cam.
Had a shocker last night in the LMP3. Only ran the first race, didn't run the second.
So did he not run the second because he was X'd out, or because he just had enough?
No, I don't know. If I know Cam, it was probably because he knew he was just kind of out. He would have felt out of his depth, and he would have just gone, "Yep, I'm not gonna
ruin someone's race."
Continue this." So he would have. But he did ask early on whether he could get the incident point limit lifted, but sadly, the race director said a big no to that. You suffer with everybody else, unfortunately. So, yeah, that was the end of that story. But no, it was really good. Really good last night to just sort of sit back and watch you boys in action, and then get to come back tonight a little bit fresher, a little bit more energized and ready to go.
Oh, yeah, I think the only thing some of the stream might not know is my little chuckles every now and then when I've got you in my ear that people can't hear.
Yeah, so for you guys at home, I was actually in the background, so I was muted to stream. No one could actually hear me, but I was just talking to the boys and kind of coaching them through the night, but just dropping little funny moments in there. And poor Andrew is still recovering. He's not well. He's still recovering, and yeah, making him laugh just wasn't a good thing. So
oh no, it set me off something hard.
it's always the producer in the background that does funny stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Seeing a few little changes now. Jackson Pringle starting to get on pace now.
I'm
Matty
actually
Boylett.
really surprised with Jace Douglas's time.
Oh mate, I just want to direct your attention to the top. Oh, Scotty Bargin just come in there now between Matty
I'm
Boylett
looking
and
at
Dylan
the
Gray.
times there.
Dylan DeBono, again, the only 4 guys in the 44 second range, and they are 0.15 apart from each other. This is going to be tight on the front.
Yeah, and there's still 4 minutes to go, so the track's rubbering up, and it's quite a hot track too. It's 42 degrees.
Let's get that up there. Let's show that up there. So 42 track temperature and 29 degrees ambient. It is warm. It's very clear. We are in Japan though, so it would be very hot at this time of year.
Very, very hot. There is a bit of a breeze coming too.
Yeah, where is that breeze coming from actually? It's not showing. Oh, 186 or 100?
So
no, it's
it's a
190. So it's a bit of a westerly, yeah. So
more of a westerly.
it's sort of pushing them down that back straight, but slowing them down into turn 1. So probably not a bad wind, actually. It's probably where you need to be more careful than anything. When you've got too much pace into that back straight hairpin, because you'll overcook the brake marker very, very quickly up the back there.
Oh yeah, definitely will. One thing I wish SDK would change is that degrees. Just give me if it's a southwesterly or.
I'll talk to my coder buddy who's building something in the background for CFR. I'll see if he can give me a direction, not so much a degree.
Definitely, the direction would be so much better. I love maths and I deal with maths and numbers all the time, but I'm at home, I'm in the rig. I don't want to deal with that as well as.
I get it, dude. I understand it. It's something that'll go in the development bucket, and we'll definitely put that forward. But we're riding on board with Mark Cochran here as in the TCR, so it's a little bit different. Might see if we can get a lap out of Mark and just see how he goes. He's going to get a nice little window, although he does have Jamie Christensen right in front of him. But look at the closing speed here on the back of this 86. He will get him before the end of pit lane, I would suggest.
Oh, definitely.
Not quite. Not quite. Very close, though.
No, he's
No, it's just that braking zone. That's the
Just,
blue
yeah.
marker is generally the braking zone. The end of pit lane marker is generally your braking zone here. Anywhere
Nah,
beyond
it's in
that,
there,
and
dude.
you risk not making that corner. But look at the closing distance. Oh, so different.
little wheel correction there too, as he gets on a bit of a slide as he goes past that car.
So Mark Cochran from the Apex team running alongside with Steph McCauley and a few of the others there. Russell Gander, also part of that team. Jason Thomas, Phil Buckland, all out of the Apex garage. Takes a very tight line here though. I really would like to see him be a little bit wider there. Like I think the tight line, it works, but it just slows you down just a little bit too much there in that first hairpin. Oh. That was risky. That was, this here.
Yes.
We'll watch him get up here. This should be a first gear corner, I would suggest. Yep, back to first.
Yeah.
Get it rotated, get on the gas, second gear. Yep, beautiful. Right on key. Third gear. Through right-hander. And then back to
Boy,
third.
very wide.
And then you'll run down this front straight. So this is going to be interesting because the lack, I want to say lack of not lack of potential, but lack of TCRs tonight means they probably will be fighting more within themselves rather than actually trying to get around and lap the 86 cars. So
Yeah.
I think what we're going to see is we're going to see a lot of the TCRs sort of throwing backwards and forwards and stuff like that. But
yeah.
I think the 86s might just be a little bit more fluid tonight. So Glenn Wilkinson, Jacques Swanepoel off row 1, Ray Oliver, Mark Cochran off row 2, Tyrone Walsh is going to line up alongside John Fillingham, who has actually
buddy.
put it on pole for the 86ers.
Yeah.
So well done to John. That's a stellar
Just
lap.
snipped, just
Matty
pipped
Boyle.
Matty Boyle there at the end.
Yeah, Matty Boyle, Scotty Bargin off row 2 for the 86ers. Dylan DeBono, Dylan Gray. So got the two Dylans alongside each other again. And Chris Purnell and Braden Sagas are going to round out your top 12 there. We've got a little bit of time. We'll get through the next row as well. Dan Bartush and Matty Keane. Kurt Chapman, Tyler Sheep alongside each other back there on row 8. Jackson Pringle, Russell Gander off row 9. Michael Arlett. Jason Douglas out of row 10. Cameron Hardwick and Brendan Griffiths out of 11. Jason Thomas and Phil Buckland are going to bring out row 12. Let's go back even further. Mickey Locke and Stephanie Piccoli lining up of row 13. Jamie Christensen and Joshua Horton off the back row. So big field tonight, mate. This is something special to see.
Yeah, it definitely
watch.
is, as our race directors have just put the iron fist down with race comps.
Yeah,
Get on
get
it
off
early.
the radios.
Keep them clear for them. We've got the virtual safety car, but they still need to let people know they can tail when everything as
There
well.
we go. Green flag is away. Boys and girls are let loose to go hard at this one. We will jump down to turn 1 and we'll have a bit of a look as they come through. TCR's got away nicely. Now we get the big Agla 86 cars.
Oh, look at that field. They're
Look at
almost
it.
4 wide. 3 wide, 4 wide.
Up
And
through
then
Williams.
someone...
Oh, that's SLM.
that it?
Oh! That's going to
Request
bring
a
up the
tow
safety
already.
car. Safety car is out. That looked like it was Jacques.
Yeah, Sharks and Chris Parnell both
Yeah, I'm just going
meatballed.
to catch that. So they were nicely side by side. That's 29, which was Glenn Wilkinson. So that something's happened here. Oh,
A little bit of a...
Oh.
no. Oh,
bit
no.
of contact there, and then
Hit the wall.
Ray Oliver's
Yep.
gone around the outside.
So
Jacques
that
is
wouldn't have
just in
broken
a-
the car. So
Oh,
something's
no.
broken the car. Oh, it's a head on.
Oh,
nowhere to go.
And Kurt Chapman as well come through with that.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Just the
carnage
boys,
on
nowhere
lap
to
one.
go, no vision.
And they're all just trying to get around now. They're all just trying to scurry around. So Jacques has gotten going. Speed Demon out in Kickland. Oh boy, yeah, that was a big one for lap one. They look like they got off really clean too. Oh, look at the front end of that car. That front left is destroyed. Jacques, just take it easy, buddy. Limp that back home. He's just going to sit there now and just wait for the tow. He's got nothing.
He has requested to tow. That's why the safety car is out. As they all bunch up at the end of turn.
Chris Purnell.
Straight.
Look
Oh,
at
that
that car.
bad.
Look, it's grabbing, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, you see the wheel work. Let's get on the
He
roller.
has. Oh, wow.
Oh,
Look how
he's got
far
no
that's steering. No.
Oh, dude. You're not turning, Chris. Oh, he kept it off the wall.
I don't think it would have mattered. I probably would have parked it in the wall and went, yeah, I'm towing.
Well, he hasn't called for it, though, so there's the problem. He's going to try and limp this back. He didn't call for a
Drive
tow.
back is better to tow sometimes, depending on the track, because the tow is almost the time and as of a lap and a half.
Did Kurt Chapman, did he drive back? I think he might.
He drove back. Kurt Chapman did actually
He
drive
did
back.
drive it back. Yeah, very good.
He was pretty badly damaged, but not as bad as the other two boys.
Chris Purnell. Could 920 get it
Yeah,
towed?
Chris Purnell's
He's just
He tried.
requested the tow. Poor bugger. I feel sorry for him. Poor bugger. Poor bugger. He had a kind of had a nowhere to go moment, and unfortunately, Matthew Borlett trying to keep the tyres temped up there, so he's taken the lead. He has gotten to the front.
Yeah, he did get to the front before the safety car came out, which is quite good. And Scott got into P2. So, quite a close thing when the safety car came out. This is going to be interesting if there is a review on it or not.
I don't think there's a review need on that. I think that's just a racing.
But we'll see what happens.
Safety
We'll let the
car
boys
is
deal with
away.
it.
Ray has gone already. He's bolted. He's gone. See you, boys. Catch me
Yeah,
if you
he's
can.
out of there.
Matty
He
Borlett
is
trying to
out.
cling on. All right, so let's get a bit of an update. So Jamie Christensen in that little scurry went up 15 positions.
Damn.
Movers and shakers so far. Jamie Christensen and Jace Douglas up 15 and 9 respectfully. Mickey Locke and Stephanie McCauley both up 8 spots as well. Steph back
There's a
here
lot of
doing...
people that slowed and backed right up.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! Oh,
Was that her teammate?
that was Phil. Yeah, that was Phil Buckland. That was one of the Apex team. Let's get a bit of a replay on that. I want to see what's happened here.
Oh no, it wasn't Phil.
Yeah, it was.
No, it's the car in front of him.
No, it's up there. Oh, yeah. So who was that? No, safety car's back out again. So
Yeah, car 13 has requested to tow, so I dare say that might have been car 13 that ended up in the wall.
Jason Thomas. So what's happened here? Let's see if we can get a bit of a look at that.
Yeah, I think Jason's the one that went around Steph.
Oh, yeah, there he is.
He's missed his brake marker.
Oh,
Look how close. Oh, wow,
that
Steph.
was so close. That was
Damn.
almost race over Stephanie Piccoli as well, right there. That would have been a nightmare.
Go, Brown.
Yeah, no, that's not even a Code Brown. That's a replacement race suit right there, mate.
Oh, yeah.
There's no Code Brown on that one. That's a replacement coming up. So Glenn Wilkinson has taken the lead. Ray Oliver has pitted.
Oliver is pitted.
I know
Yeah, it
Ray
is
is
a 20-minute
expected to
race.
leave. I know he is
But it
expecting
is a
to
20,
leave.
20-minute race, so fuel will come into this as a part of it.
No, I think Ray might actually be quitting. Yes, he has bailed from the car.
Yes.
So he does have to leave us early tonight. So at least he led a couple of laps, even if they were on
Yeah.
the safety car. Ray Oliver just with other commitments and other leagues and stuff that he's doing. So
Now,
We
this
appreciate
is an
it.
inverted top 10,
yes,
Tonight.
it is.
which means that the 3 TCRs that are left
Going to be in the back of the 10.
going to be
Yep.
in the back of the 10, and whoever finishes P7 at the moment will be
Our pole
starting
sitter.
on pole, unless Jacques can... Oh, lap cars can pass, so that puts Jacques at the back of the pack. So
They
that
are
will-
on a pit
Jacques
limiter right
will be
now.
able to- yeah, Sharks will be able to drive right around, get to the back of the pack, and make his way back through the field to get back on the back of these TCRs. So he should be able to get back, but that's going to put him still at the back of the top 10 anyway.
But remember, we're under safety car, so he can't pass any GR86s until the control line. So he's got a whole gaggle of 86 cars that he's going to be behind.
Yeah, and he can't do it till the control line, which means it's halfway down the straight. So probably the first lap he'll be behind half the field, 3/4 of the field, and then be able to weave his way through. That's actually going to be fun to watch.
So safety car doing one more lap, just to make sure everyone's back in touch with the field. So we are up to 100 kilometers an hour and cruising with just on 11 minutes to go. So
Yep.
it'll be just under 10 minutes when we go back again,
It definitely will be.
and only about 4 laps in the books. So it's been a very hectic start, but it's what you expect
crazy.
with
Crazy start.
it's what you expect.
Yeah, definitely do. You're going to have these moments on big grids. People missing their brake markers. They haven't had time to heat these tyres up yet. So she's still going to have reasonably cold tyres. I'm not going to say cold tyres with 40-degree track temp,
Yeah, no.
but reasonably cold. They're not race ready yet.
No, they're definitely not up to temperature and pressure for sure. So it'll be another couple of laps once they get going again, and hopefully get the temperature back up and going. They'll be fine. But
Yeah, it definitely will be.
it's this season, ladies and gentlemen, is our drive for mental health. So we are partnering with Beyond Blue, and you'll see the support on a couple of the Velocity cars, well, pretty much all the Velocity cars, and a few of the other teams also getting behind it as well with their own little ways to do it. But if you're in a giving mood and you want to help us achieve good things, in both the YouTube and the Kick is a link for donations. It is all appreciated, big or small. It all goes to a good cause, and something that has touched us all in the racing community at some point throughout time. So again, just good to give back and raise funds for those guys.
Definitely has. Everyone's known someone that has unfortunately committed suicide or has gone through a tough time.
We
And
are sitting at
sometimes
$65 of our goal as well.
Oh, nice.
All right, I think we're going to get the
I think we go green at the end of this lap.
Jarks is
Safety car is in. The leader has control.
green on leader. So Jarks is just coming off the back straight. And poor Chris Purnell is right down at the hairpin at the other end of the straight. So these boys have just been unleashed. Glenn will lead them away. And he's actually running the old livery. I just noticed he's not running the same one Braden Sagassa is.
See, I don't mind the old livery on that TCR. It looks the part.
Yeah, I'd like to see one that Braden Sagassa had, to be honest.
Yeah.
So Stephanie Piccoli in a hell of a battle here with Kurt Chapman, who was one of the early towers as well, don't forget. Caught up in that lap one drama.
Caught up in the lap one and drove it back to pit lane.
Oh, nice little move up the inside.
Yeah, very nice. They're
See the
very
two,
respectful.
See the two Dylans on screen now, Dylan DeBono and Dylan Gray. Currently running in the 7th and 8th spot outright.
Dylan v. Dylan.
Right. Ready? Up in front there, John Fillingham and Scotty Bargen. They're not giving up the fight.
No, definitely not.
With John and...
I shall be back in a second.
He was on the brakes nice and early there to get in behind Scotty. Now, we did hear from the boys at the Virtual East Motorsport e-mentor program there that those jigsaw puzzles on the underside of the rear wing are for driving with autism. That's a little thing that they get behind and have a support of. It looks like Kurt's had a bit of a rotation here at the hairpin. We'll just have a look. Hopefully he didn't hit the wall. Hasn't taken anyone else out. Just a little bit. No. Always there. Oh, it's just the grass. Oh, unlucky. Does he just stay there? You can see there goes Stephanie Piccoli. Oh, and he's trying to get out of the way. Oh, that was very close. Very close once again. So Matty Boylett's just done the step away and get off the front. See Dylan DeBono now with Jamie Christensen. I just looked in because they swapped a couple of positions. Jamie Christensen now on the battle of this pack. This is turning into a bit of a 5-car battle pack here with Scotty Bargen, John Fillingham, Dylan Gray, Jamie Christensen, Dylan DeBono, all slugging it out. This is for the minor placings on the podium for the GR86. So they're all looking for any advantage they can get. We look back down the field. Russell Gander here on Jackson Pringle. Keeping the little fight happening down the back, and we've got another one behind that. Michael Arlett and Matty Keane. It looks like Tyler Sheaf. What's happened here to Tyler? He was up there. And Tyler. It looks like a Jace Douglas off track. Oh. Oh, and Tyler's just clipped the inside of the curb. Just rotated. I don't think he's going to make the wall. It was actually in front of his teammate Cam Hardwick there. So Tyler's just going to... Is he just going to wait for the field to pass him? I think he did. No more safety car via race direction. We are in the last 5 minutes. So all tows are able to be completed. So Cameron Hardwick on screen now, currently running P12, up 9 spots. Running P9 outright. So he'll be up near that front of the grid. Sorry, he's P9 in class, he's P12 outright. So P10 currently is Dan Bartush in this little battle here. Oh, was that John Fillingham? I think that was. It looked like John Fillingham and Dylan DeBono just...
I'm not doing it again, am I? Coming back from a coughing fit to a crash.
No. Tyler had a bit of a rotation. Oh, Cam. Oh. Cam's getting a little loose in between the double left-handers there.
Don't worry about it. Cam's running P9. He's doing well. Keep it up.
Dylan Gray now on the back of John Fillingham. This is shaping up to be quite a nice little battle as well.
Little battle, yeah. 3 cars in it.
Yeah, 3 cars, close enough.
Yeah. They're all slipstream range.
So Jamie Christensen now on the back of Scotty Bargent.
Ooh, battle for P2 is brewing.
Yes, is a battle for P2, and Matty Boylett is 2 seconds up the road from these boys. There he is on screen. Not far away. As these boys work, they can get him back.
Not quite checked out, but he's looking at it. He's very close to the grass when he comes over some of those curves.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's going to have it his own way. Let's jump on his gearbox and have a look. He's by himself, so he's got really no advantage.
Draft.
He's got no draft. He's got nothing like that. So the boys behind can make this up. There's 2.5 minutes left to go.
Yeah, those safety cars definitely have shortened this race by a couple of laps, but at the same time, 2.5 minutes to go. They got to make up almost a second a minute.
Yeah, but Jamie's. Let me remind you, Jamie Christensen has made up 22 spots.
Yeah, and he has done a 43.9.
He has done a very, very quick time. So that's about 0.3 quicker than Matty Boylett. So again, I wouldn't say no.
No, considering the last lap, he done that 43.9, which was a whole second quicker than Matty Boylett was that lap. So
we're just looking now. He's got this down to 1.7 seconds. He's going to be in the draft in no time. I reckon if he's close enough through 1 and 2, he'll get onto that draft in the back straight, which could make for a very interesting.
yeah, just a half second gain that lap.
Yeah.
Gonna be close. Still gonna depend on where TCRs cross the line, if it's going to be 1 more or 2 more laps.
About a minute left in the race.
Yeah, it's only going to be 1 more.
So TCRs are just at the other end of this back straight. Jamie Christensen now just getting almost within draft. Oh, he's there. 1.5. I reckon he's close enough.
Just there.
I reckon he's close enough.
Yeah,
I reckon we're going to get one more lap.
To work.
I reckon we're going to get one more lap. I think the TCRs are just coming through the final last 2 sets of corners.
He's definitely in the draft as he's pulled that time down to 1 second.
He's right there. Matty Boylett under a lot of pressure in the closing stages of this race. TCRs just coming around.
Straight. Yeah, they're going to start.
Just checking. 19:30. Yeah. Are we going to get it?
Yeah, we'll get 1 more.
We are going to get 1 more lap, so we'll jump straight back to that battle here with Jamie Christensen
and will be white flag.
Matty Boylett. This is going to be tight.
Definitely will be.
Who's your money on, chat? Tell us who you got for this one.
That's a tough one. Matty Boylett's no easy car to pass. He does put the car in the right positions to prevent the pass. So it's definitely going to be interesting.
The draft is going to play a big effect here. Matty Boylett really go defensive.
Yeah, but do you use the draft down here? Or do you wait for the back straight, use the draft there to pass?
Use the back straight. Stay in it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Show the nose. Let him know you're there. Start him thinking,
look at the run. Look at the run. Look at the run that Jamie got there.
Jamie's just
Matty's going defensive. Going defensive. Jamie's probably going to try and crisscross here. Catch him on the underside.
Oh, he's got the run. He has the run. He has the overlap.
Oh, bit of wiggle. Can't squeeze. Got to leave racing room.
I don't think Matty Boylett realised he had the overlap then. They go side by side. Who's got the bigger brakes?
Oh, Matty's going to overshoot.
He has overshot it.
He's overshot that.
Look at
Unlucky.
that move.
I don't know if he's going to get this back.
Yeah.
Don't know if he's going to have the time. These next few set of corners are not going to give him a lot of run, and I don't think the run into the straight is going to work. So Jamie Christensen up 23 spots.
Well, he did say he wanted to leave himself a bit of a challenge.
He did say to the chat, he goes, no quali, here for fun, and he's just going to walk away with this now. But Jamie
Definitely
Christensen
is.
for Vermilion Motorsports is going to put this one on the top step for the GR86s here tonight as Glenn Wilkinson, Mark Cochran and Tyrone Walsh.
Oh, Matty Boylet puts it onto the dirt coming on the straight.
Just pushing hard, pushing hard. That was a well thought out battle. Scotty Barge and Dylan DeBono, and it looks like Jacques are coming through. Oh, nice run there for the boys home.
Yarks finish in the end.
Jacques finished outright 8th.
So it's going to put him off the second row.
Second
for the main
row.
race.
Yep. And Glenn, Mark, and Tyrone are going to be at the very back. So Glenn and Mark are going to be your 10 and 9. Tyrone Walsh out of 8. Jamie Christensen 7. Matty Boyle out of 6. Scotty Bargent out of 5. Dylan DeBono out of 4. Jacques Swanepoel out of 3. John Fillingham and Dylan Gray are going to be off the front row.
Yeah.
Jamie Christensen, you barely had enough time to cross the finish line. You told us it was a fun race, mate. You're just getting too good. 23 spots, mate. Well done on that first race. Hey, you're going to pop on into the green room, mate. We're happy to have a chat with you between the two races.
Definitely are.
That was a stellar drive.
Fun, interesting race.
Looked like he had a lot of fun out there. So, well done, mate.
He's actually in the green room.
He has jumped in there. Let's bring him in. Mr. Jamie Christensen, 23 spots gained and a win with Matty Boyle battling there on that last lap. Take us through it, buddy.
Well, I had a pretty good start compared to people around me, which I don't know how I jumped that many people off the start, but I reckon the only reason I won that is because of the safety cars. So
take us through that battle with Matty Boyle there at the end.
I think turn 4 he was defending. I got to suck it around the outside and then got side draft, and then he went deep into the hairpin, and then I snuck through.
Yeah, it looked like a pretty nice sneak through as well. He did try and come back over the line and just pull in right under the bumper of your car.
Yeah, it was very close.
Yeah, no, it's good to see that you come from the back to take that win. That start, it's just that jump you got must have been just absolutely outstanding compared to everyone else.
Yeah, it's just good starting method, I guess. So, I mean, it was pretty fun.
Yeah. Do you do much driving in the 86, or you more something else on iRacing?
I have done a fair bit of driving in the 86, and I'm trying to get out of it. I'm trying to not do it, but free track, free car.
Yeah.
Combo, so.
Free track. I like that. He's trying to get out of it and he just made 23 spots. Really?
Well,
Yeah, but
Say
is
that.
right, but the free track, free car thing does keep people in them.
exactly.
So
That's why a lot of people do them.
it is a very popular series, the 86. I have noticed that.
It is. Only because it's a free car. And it's fun to race in. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does look like a lot of fun out there, mate.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry,
what's
I'm
the
just
plan
dying here.
No, you're right. So what's the plan for race 2, mate? Are you you're lining up in a pretty solid spot? Are you
Where
going?
am I starting?
You are starting. Where did you finish?
He's starting
Finished 4. So you put you on
P7.
second row. Hang on. Second and last row.
Yeah,
Give
so
me
you start
alongside
with the three
Tyrone Walsh.
PCRs behind you.
Wait,
it is
so I'm all the
Reverse
way...
top 10.
Oh, okay.
So only a reverse top 10.
Yeah, that's
You
fine.
will have you will start at P7 on the grid and get to drive back through the car's in front of you, except the obviously the TCR's sitting right behind you. Are you a bit worried about that?
Yeah. It might be a bit of a scary start.
Just tack onto them,
It
mate.
should be fun.
Let them go past you, tack onto them, and just use their draft if you can.
Nah.
He's like, nah, no chance of that happening. Love it.
Just here for fun. That's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly. Try get a good start and go.
Well, we'll be keeping a good eye on you, mate. So what we'll do, we'll let you get back out there, mate. We're going to let you warm up and get ready for race 2. And hopefully we get to chat to you at the end of the night. We can find out how it all went.
All right. See you, boys.
Thanks,
See
buddy.
you, mate.
Hey, Jay Douglas, you can swap to TCR for next round, mate. You are allowed 1 car change per season, but you just cannot go back to the 86. So if you choose to do that, there is a channel in our Discord for car number or class changes. Just put the request in there and let us know. You do have the choice to shift across, though.
Always welcome to shift across as well and help build that TCR field. I don't think it's gonna matter if a couple of drivers switch over this massive 86 field.
Yeah, absolutely. It is a big field. And we saw a good race there, but what we might do, we might throw to an intermission, go and get some drinks, get all sorted, ready for race 2. So when we get back, race 2 will be ready to go.
Yeah, we are
And
5 minutes away, so
don't go away, and we'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Got Andrew back in the hot seat again. I got the drinks. We got the bathroom breaks all done. Matty Christensen in the chat as well. Good to see you there.
Jake's going to change over to the TCR. I'll do it next race, not racing till next race too slow.
Not racing in a Christmas. Oh, stop it, Jace. It's all about the fun, mate. You're not racing for a world title. Come out and have some fun with the boys.
He has actually disconnected from the server.
Yeah. Crazy.
No, it'd be good to see another driver in the TCR as well. So looking forward to seeing Jace in the TCR.
It's all good experience, mate.
Oh, nothing wrong with the 86 grid size. There's a little bit wrong with it.
Jamie just went 23 spots, mate.
I have my missus sending me gifts on Discord at the moment of donuts. Might have to Uber Eat some. Or menu log it. Oh.
Sorry, I'm eating lollies, mate, so you can talk all you want, mate.
You're eating lollies and I'm trying not to die of coffee. On a positive note, the track temp has gone down. It is currently now 37 degrees.
Yeah, not by much, eh?
No, not by much, but a couple of degrees can change the way the car actually drives as well. As the feature's about to start up and all the boys are gridding up.
Yes, they are. We'll get onto the grid and get ready for a race 2. I'm happy with the grid size. Should be 50 of us, but I'll settle for 20. Tyler. This is our co-commentator from Tuesday night out there, smack talking, saying, oh, yeah, we need more 86s, mate. You are nuts. If you saw the track map from the broadcast, you'd be like, there's no room for another car out there, let alone another 30 of yous. No, it's good to see so many out there this season.
Definitely is. Oh.
All right, let's get
racing as they're all gridding up. We're about to go green. We've got lights.
Waiting for Barney to wave that arm and a big green flag there at the bottom of the pole. There we
Barney
go.
is off. Look at the TCR. Jacques just gets it. Hell of a jump. Straight around there outside. Straight in the success.
And we'll watch turn 1 here.
Boys.
Oh, Glenn up the inside there. I think we're going to get through clear.
All 3 TCR.
Oh. Yeah, no, we're clear through there. Oh, who's that? That's Kurt Chapman again.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Russell Gander and Kurt Chapman together on the first lap. Let's see if it brings out a safety car. I don't think it will.
Yeah, Mark Cochrane's just getting stuck behind the TCRs at the moment. With nowhere to go.
Mark Cochrane? Did you just say?
He's just finally made himself past.
I don't think you can get stuck behind the TCRs, man. I think he was getting stuck behind the 86s.
Yeah. Oh, the 86s, sorry. Yeah. He just got stuck. He couldn't get past on that straight. So he couldn't get past on that straight at all. The boys side by side made it very difficult for him.
So Dylan Gray now stuck between 2 TCRs. One of Mark Cochrane and one being Tyrone Walsh. There's a big flash from Mark.
Boil it out sideways.
Oh, Matty's zigzagging and zagging and zigging all over the place trying to defend. Probably a bit early to be doing that considering it's a 40-minute feature.
Definitely a bit early to be doing that as well.
Oh, Dylan Gray, Mark Cochrane, they're battling. Dylan's trying to go in there with him. Not going to work.
Trying to stick with him. Doesn't want to give these boys behind any
Dylan
room to come up.
Jamie Christensen here. Again, Jamie Christensen on an absolute flyer.
Oh, yeah.
Let's jump on his roll bar. Have a look. He is going to go up the inside there into 1 on John Fillion. He's now looking at the back of Dylan Gray.
Yeah, it's definitely just...
See a lot of wheel work.
Yeah, these boys are wheeling these cars just to get them and go straight. Not an easy feat.
He's driving it very angular too, like he's using the squareness, getting off the corner a lot earlier. Squaring up the corner. He's going to lunge down here at Dylan.
Makes it move. Is he going too deep? Oh, he gets it on the line.
Got it on the first. He used the gearbox there to pull that right up at the end there. So Jamie obviously loving this circuit tonight. As you said, temperatures are down, so it just gives him a little bit more play room.
Yeah, just Matty Boylett's just throwing this 86 around at the moment.
He's down 4 spots, so there's a point where you can overdrive the car and become slow. Like, if you push the car too hard, you then become slow. So, Brendan Griffiths has had a whoopsie moment. Well, look at this. Just caught it in STK. I don't think he's made the wall. I think it's just a rotation, but it's just here. I reckon, just on that curb, and there it goes. Just unsettled it. Just unsettled it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that sound. We all know what that means after last night.
Oh, yeah.
Andrew's like, oh, no, it's not. Yeah, it is. Cam's just...
Not Cam.
Oh, no, not the wall. Not the wall.
Curb.
Not the wall. Not the wall. He's braking. He's trying. Oh. He kept it off the wall. Cameron Hardwick, take a bow. That brake modulation saved his skin there. He kept that off the wall. Matty Boylett now still P10. He's got a nice little battle with Scotty Bargin in front and Jackson Pringle behind him. So
yeah,
again,
definitely does.
he's going to be in the draft. Oh, Jason Thomas. Jason Thomas. Oh no, this is teammates. Teammates battling.
Oh, Matty Boylett's around as well at the hairpin.
Oh, is he? Yeah, he's just lost the rear there, JT. Sadly. Yep. And then we got Matty Boylett coming down the back straight. So this is on the run. This is where we said the wind was pushing them. So this is what I was talking about before. It could just be a little bit of just overshooting.
It is a 16K wind.
Oh, and he's turned in very early, and that's going to pinch and rotate. And then, of course...
Nowhere to go.
Bargin had nowhere to go except just straight through the rear quarter.
Yeah, I wonder if that's actually done a bit of damage. It'd be interesting to see if Matty Boylett's got damage, or if he can drive it till he can pit, know he's right on fuel, and do the repair then.
Yeah, we'll have to see if he can get back on pace and get back up onto running with these boys. But Dylan DeBono and Dylan Gray now fighting for P2. Dylan DeBono right on the back of Dylan Gray as you pick the boys up down into the run here, into the long straight. And
perfect segue for the leading support this year of Beyond Blue. Links are in there.
Who's that are in the outside? John Fillingham. I didn't even see him sneak up there.
Billion from Veterans Gaming. Hello, good sir.
He popped out of nowhere and said, I'll have a piece of this. Oh, on the inside.
DeBono's no slouch when it comes to driving. They're going to go side by side.
John DeBono, John Fillingham. That's now Scotty Bargin. Scotty Bargin right behind him.
Bargin. He's coming. Now, they've given Dylan Gray a bit of a breather here.
Oh, DeBono. Oh, he almost snapped it on the oversteer. Almost snapped on the oversteer. Another good battle going on back here. Tyler Sheaf from Velocity hounding the boss from SLM, mate. And then there's another little battle in front of that with Chris Vanille and Dan Bartush.
Yeah, it definitely is. I wonder if Tyler's doing the old dirt it to Matt.
He did say last night he does do that. Yeah, he did say that last night. But Chris Purnell and Dan Bartush are having an absolute cracker. Tyler Sheaf and Matty Keane also getting involved in this one. This is turning into a 4-car battle pack very, very quickly.
Yeah.
But this little battle up front, this is Dylan Gray, Dylan DeBono, John Fillingham, and Scotty Bargin. So this is a nice little battle pack for P2 and 3. Dylan Gray has just a little breathing room right now.
Yeah, just a tiny bit.
We'll look back to this battle pack. Look at this now. Matty Keen's just dragged Tyler onto this one.
Yeah, and Tyler should be loving this as well.
Take a view from
See, Tyler
Tyler's
can
seat.
hold on and probably learn a few things sitting behind these boys as well. Because we also know how Matt's pretty good at the fuel save. So taking less fuel in the pits may come in handy later on anyway.
Tyler makes up some good ground under brakes there, but the battle right in front of him, you can see it. It's right there. They're right on each other's nose to tail there. They're just...
Yeah, they are pushy. With Mr. Sheaf himself really taking this 86 and learning with it and doing the officials as well. So every week he'll get better and better in this car. Hopefully one day we see him up the front battling with the boys up there.
Oh, absolutely. Be good to see Tyler just pick up and run up the front there, because he's definitely worthy of it. He's definitely got the skill set to do it. He just ran a 45.86. So he's not far off the pace of these boys in front, so be good.
Definitely not. But the boys better watch out. They've got a very quick Matty Boylett coming up from behind too.
Yeah, I was just wondering where Matty was, because he's got Chapman and Michael Arlett right behind him.
Yeah, he just passed Chapman on the last corner, and he's half a second, 0.2 to a half second a lap quicker. So it's not going to take him long to get on the back of these boys.
I guess he doesn't have damage in that car, which is a good thing. We'll jump on board with Matty Boylett.
Yeah, the steering wheel looks straight.
Pretty straight, yeah.
Yeah, not the right rear looks like. Have a look at the right rear.
Yeah, don't look too bad.
No, the car looks pretty good.
Looks pretty solid, yeah, I was going to say. Oh! Big moment. Oh, who was that in front of him? Chris Purnell. Chris Purnell had a whoopsie moment. We'll throw to that. Look here, that was actually, that's with an SLM car. Who's that with?
Yeah.
Oh, there's Tyler Sheets. So that was Matty Keen.
Matty Keen.
Oh.
Just tagged by Tyler there.
I don't think Tyler really had anywhere to go. I'm not really sure there. That
there wouldn't have even been a call.
We'll leave that to the
no race controller.
We'll leave that to the race review boys.
Yeah.
So they can stoush that one out.
Definitely unlucky there. There'd be no crew chief call, no nothing to say there's a car there, because it's mid corner. Not really there, but there. So it would be interesting.
John Fillingham and Scotty Bargin and Dylan DeBono were throwing thick punches at each other. They're letting Dylan Gray get away here. Oh, John Fillingham with a little shake and a rumble.
Yeah, it gives the boys a bit of a run.
Look at this. 3 wide. 86.
We're going to go 3 wide in the corner.
We are 3 wide. Dylan just pulls out of that and says, no, thank you.
Smart move. But he's going to
crisscross.
Pull in underneath.
Not going to get the crisscross, so there goes Scotty Bargin. Dylan's trying to go with it. It's not going to happen. It's all happening, but it's not. Oh,
gets underneath him there.
Oh no, your
Gives
mate.
Him plenty of room.
Your mate. Not your mate. Not your mate.
Is it Ty?
Mickey.
Oh, Mickey Locke.
Mickey's had a whoopsie.
Oh, no, he's gone before that.
he was trying to drift that.
Yeah, you're not meant to drift that corner, mate. The drift track's about 900 kilometers up through Tokyo, through Japan to Ebisu.
Uh-oh. I just heard Jacques on the radio, and then I saw this one light up as well. So this is Jacques in front, Glenn Wilkinson behind. We're riding on with Glenn. So, a bit curious. Oh, wow, he's gone very narrow. Oh, very narrow down there. But Glenn's just stopped and
Yeah, Glenn has
done the
definitely stopped to
gentlemanly thing.
redress that.
I think, wow, that was an interesting line, to say the least.
Yeah, it's almost like Glenn missed his brake marker and
But Dylan
Jacques didn't even
DeBono,
see it.
Dylan DeBono now has dropped off. Might have
What
had.
happened there?
He must have gone off here with. Oh, he's just had a wiggle,
ooh.
and it's just snapped him out. Oh, he's almost kept it too.
I wonder if the bit of netcode might have. The way the front of that car snapped, it's almost
Nah, it
like the
wasn't the
netcode
front.
pushed
It was
over.
the rear.
Rear snap?
Yeah, it was the rear. Right there.
Oh yeah, and then the
And then it
correction.
just snaps it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just that snap oversteer in these cars. These cars
Yes.
are very, very twitchy. They don't give you a good consistent feedback. Very, very twitchy.
And they're not level.
No, they're not. So there's
He
Matty
you
Boylet.
can spend hours. I know some of the boys spend hours trying to level these cars up in an open set just to get a bit more even drive across them.
Oh,
But yeah,
bounce the curb, Matty Boylet. He is looking at
Yeah.
the back of Tyler Sheep, 2.5 seconds off the back of Tyler.
it seems to have dropped off from Matty Keane.
Yeah, Tyler hasn't been able to maintain the pace of Matty King. He has dropped back unless he's had.
Unless, yeah, from that, the tap with through the hairpin might have just dropped him off, and he's just sat there behind. He's still
Yeah,
pulling 25s.
Not seeing anything there, so maybe it was just that because of that
Yeah.
incident, he just got caught out, and Matty's been able to just keep the pressure on and
Yeah,
kept
well,
on running. So
45.4 for Matt, a 45.8 for Tyler,
Matty King can see him, mate.
45.0 for Matty Boylet.
He can see him.
Yeah, definitely can. Yeah, Tyler's going to have to make this car very wide to keep Matty Boylet behind him.
There they all are on screen. So if you're Matty Boylet, you've really incentivized by seeing that you've managed to get back this far. But again, there is a pit stop to come. We are 15 minutes in. We haven't had a safety car this second race already. So this has been interesting to.
Definitely is, and Matty
run
Boylet
this.
is pushing this car. So how much more fuel is he using compared to the boys in front?
I don't think it's the fuel that's going to be the factor. I think it's just the fact he's pushing. It's a lot easier to make mistakes when you're right on the edge. So, I mean, there's
He
there's a
does
point
like to
where
drive on the edge, but
he is an edgy driver. We say that in a lot of the leagues that we see Matty Boylet in. He likes to drive right to that very tipping point. He likes to feel the edge of the car underneath him, and
it's
well and
quick.
good. But there's also a point where you overdrive that point as well. You've got no room to lift it up.
Yeah.
You're always on that edge. So you just
No room for error.
Oh, you see the big left-hand input in the braking zone. That's one trait about these cars. If you brake them, they will go the opposite way.
Oh yeah, they are. They're definitely turning into quite the drift car in IRL as well. There's a lot of people
He's getting a good run on Tyler Sheep
doing
here
different
too.
swipes there. Look at the speed difference. He just gets the run out of the corner and is able to drive it up past.
Tyler's playing the
Buzz
defensive.
defending. He's had
Gonna
his one
make it
move.
hard. He's not even in the braking zone yet.
Yeah.
Matty Boylet trying to go around the outside. This is brazen around the outside. It's going to put him up on the inside
Yeah,
though.
he's-
Oh, that looked like netcode.
Yeah, that was interesting.
That was that was a big gap between two cars. Oh, Matty Boyle
Matty Boyle's
sliding
just
it.
on the grass. How he's not spinning that when he hits the grass?
Dylan DeBono, John
He's
Fillingham,
caught back
Jackson
up.
Pringle, and then Dylan Gray up there. Jamie Christensen has checked out.
Yeah, we knew that was
He
coming
has-
after race
he has
one.
gone. He's about 7 seconds in front of Dylan Gray. So he's checked out. So Dylan is currently P2. Scotty Bargin P3 in class, 4 seconds behind Dylan. So this is probably something that Dylan DeBono would definitely want to get in front of and start pegging back that lead. He wouldn't want to see that grow too much more.
Yeah, definitely not. We'll see what Dylan does here, if he uses it or if he just battles with him. But the boys in front aren't easy cars to get around. Well, no one in this field really is an easy car to get around. When you look at the field.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. So Kurt Chapman has just come out of the pit, so he's obviously
so he's done his stop.
Done an early one. Nicky Locke is in the pits. I don't know if that's a stop. That looks like it could be some
Nah, it looks like
major.
a stop. And
That's almost 5 minutes in the pits. I don't think that's just a stop.
oh, that's yeah, he's parked that.
So he's probably done for this evening, I would say. Glenn Wilkinson in the pit lane as well.
First of the TCRs.
Or that maybe he would have pushed on a little bit longer. Maybe get halfway, split the race 2 parts, but we'll have to see how he goes now. 19 minutes in.
Yeah, he may. Yeah, it's an interesting one. It's decent.
Look at this battle. Look at this battle. Dylan DeBono looking up the inside. That's not where you're going to get it, my dude. Oh. Can he get the run, though? That's the question. Can he use the draft here and get up in close enough to see what we saw with Jamie and Matty Boyle in the last race and use that back straight to his advantage down into the hairpin?
Yeah.
You just got to sit here. You just got to be
Partish
patient.
and Matty Keane are both in the pits.
Yep, you see that. I think you just got to be patient. If you're Dylan DeBono, you just got to be patient. Just find
Yeah,
where you've got the
definitely.
pace, like right here. Right here, he's got the pace. He needs to now just use it smartly. That's it. Send it in. Stay right on the back, and then use the draft. This is where he'll make the pace. Now, if he does it right and he uses it well, he'll get down the inside, or he should be able to make the inside, unless John goes offensive, of course, down into this.
Yeah.
Go now. Braking. Oh, John went deep,
No.
and he straight lined it at the apex too. He straight lined the apex. That was awesome driving.
I'm gonna lie, that Veterans Gaming's livery looks good.
Yeah, the
I
old
love the camo on it.
grey camo. Yeah,
Yeah, it's got the black solid down the side, and a little bit of purple on the rear bar.
John's
Oh,
driving very like straight to the apex. He's not rotating the corner quite as much as the other boys.
yeah,
So he's
Point
beelining
and
straight to the
shoot.
corner. Yeah, he's very much like straight to the apex.
Point and shoot it and get out. Well, it just shows the different styles of driving.
Dylan DeBono with a big shake.
Hold your breath.
That's a big shake. Matty Keane and Dan Bartush coming back out now. That
Matty
is
Boylett's in.
Jacques
Tyler Sheaf's
Swanepoel,
in.
the current leader, right behind Matty Keane.
Oh, yeah.
He will have to pit. Matty Boyle, Tyler Sheaf in. Mickey Locke still in pit lane, nearly 8 minutes in there, so I'd say he's parked it up. Cam Hardwick's now in
definitely
pit
is.
lane as well. There goes Jacques now. Jacques has bailed off and gone, thank you very much. So the interesting thing here will be, where is Glenn versus Jacques when the race resumes? Because remember, Glenn went in earlier and has come back out to a pretty clean track, so he's been able to just head down and start banging out some lap numbers. So we'll have to see where these two boys end up. Mark Cochran does assume the lead, but still has a pit stop to do.
Matty Boyle
Jacques.
has been in the pits for a very long time.
Matty Boyle at 55 seconds. Almost a minute.
He's been in
Jacques
the
is
box
coming.
for 40 seconds now.
Here we go. There's Glenn. There's Jacques. Is that going to resume that little battle? I think it will. That was Cam Hardwick also come out there. So there we go. Glenn Wilkinson still technically P2. Jamie Christensen, the leader of the 86, is in pit lane.
He's in.
Dylan Gray's in
Gray's
pit lane.
following.
Scotty Barge and Jackson Pringle all in. Dylan DeBono and John Fillingham are both in as well. Chris Purnell, again, hasn't stopped, so will need to stop. So we'll have to see how this all plays out. So it's all getting very interesting. There goes Chris Purnell. Yep. I'd say Michael Arlett is in as well.
Michael Arlett should be in.
So Michael Arlett, Dan Baptiste, Michael
And then
Arlett
it's
is
Jason Thomas, Phil Buckland, and Russell Gander left to stop.
and Stephanie Piccoli.
Yeah. I
So
didn't
Matty
realise-
Keane, yeah? Matty Keane. How many is he going to pass in pit lane? That looks like 1, 2, 3,
As Matty Boyle
and
has
it looks
disconnected
like
from the server.
4, 5. No, Matty Boyle just drove out of pit lane, did he not?
No, he's
No,
disconnected.
okay. Oh, I thought I saw an LMR car come out near Matty Keane there. I might have been wrong.
Yeah, that might have been the
No,
veteran
Jay
gaming car.
Douglas.
Oh,
Jay
yeah,
Douglas. No?
No, Jace is out.
No, okay. I might have been wrong. I thought I saw one of the LMR cars out there. So yeah, Matty
Yeah.
Boylet has exited stage left and dropped out.
Mm.
Brandon Griffiths. Oh, that's in an awkward spot too. So you're done there. We'll have a look at that. This is the last complex, so the left and then right. So I'd say what's happened is what we saw in season 1. It's just this bump on the way in just catches the boys out. Trail break in. Oh, he's
There's
grabbed the brake
bump.
a second time.
And then, yeah,
That's what it is. Just grab that bump, that brake the second time, right near the bump. So unfortunate, but that's what happens there. All right, let's get a bit of a look at the front of the pack now. Jackson Pringle on his own there. That's his teammate Scotty Bargin up in front of him. Not much there. Dylan DeBono and John Fillingham are back at it again. It's almost like they haven't pit stopped yet, and they're still swinging. So good to see
it's
these boys having a go.
right on the rear bar. Dylan is pushing that car.
Let's jump on the...
Mark Cochran is in the pit lane.
Mark Cochran has done the pit stop, so we'll see where he pops out in relation with Jacques and Glenn. Dylan DeBono just
Makes the move into one.
getting the job done, but John's going to fight back. Oh, Dylan can't squeeze, buddy.
What
Can't
is
run
written
him
on
out of
that
racing
roof?
room. What is written on that roof? I am not 100% sure. I don't know if Chopper will give us a readable view of that. Nope, it does not. But there is a QR code there, so
Yeah.
we might have to look into that a bit later on. Might have to look into that a little later on and find out off John, or even we might have a bit of a look there and see what that is.
Joys of having two guys on comms and different camera views.
Yeah, right. You can go and have a look at that, mate. Saves me doing it later on. It's a good evening.
Oh, it's the mission. Veterans Gaming's
it's the
Australia
veteran
mission
There you go.
is to develop a community around the share of love of gaming and for current and ex-service ADF members. Our aim is to improve veterans' well-being and decrease reasons for isolation, hardship, health issues experienced by members in our community. There is a QR code there as well.
Well, there you go.
That is unreal.
That's
That
pretty
is
big.
Veterans Gaming Australia.
That's their mission. So there you go. Hats off to
That
those
is
guys.
cool.
Good evening, Elmo, out in the kick chat. Welcome on in. Appreciate you hanging out tonight. Watching our GR86 TCR Tin Top on Wednesdays. Coming to you live from Japan, Okayama tonight. Fantastic day and weather outside. Track is down to 35 degrees with a 28 degree ambient temperature. So looking rather nice out there for racing, Andrew, and the field's just started to spread out a little bit. Phil
It is
Buckland
cooling down a fair bit.
and Russell Gander now battling with each other. Chris Parnell, Michael Arlett there again in a bit of combat there. They're only less than a
There's
second
little
apart.
battles everywhere on track.
Yeah, John Fillingham and Daniel DeBono, Dylan DeBono. Daniel,
Yeah.
well done.
So I'm
You're starting to
catching
rub off
my
on me,
disease,
mate.
mate.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
trying to word that a bit differently. You know?
No, yeah, no, that's all right. A little battle's just starting to shape up. You can see on the track map on screen that there's just little gaps everywhere. So
I'm tipping John because hoping these TCR boys catch him on the straight to go past, so they don't really affect this battle by much.
well,
Because they are coming in quick, these 2 leaders
TCRs
behind.
are right behind me. So we'll jump on board with Jacques. We haven't given the old TCRs a bit of love tonight. They've been a little bit quiet, but Jacques Swanepoel here in the Audi. We know that again
this
we
thing
heard
is
that
quick.
with he was running with Ray Oliver in the Audi, so we do know he knows the car very well.
Yeah, he does love driving this thing. And has been doing a lot of work with setups in it too, so Shark's quite the handy setup person as well.
Well, Jacques is quite handy with a lot of things, mate, and very talented human being. So it's always a pleasure to see him racing and putting those skills to test. So he's going to get John here rather easy. Next one will be Dylan DeBono. He'll get him on the back straight.
Yeah,
So
look at
look
the
from-
speed. Look, the
Yeah,
speed
look at
difference.
that. Look at that. He just walks away like he's
Drives
just gone.
away.
So we'll look from the nose cone of Glenn Wilkinson here. That is John Fillingham. This is going to be awkward. This is going to be awkward. This is in a braking zone. This is going to be very... Oh, Glenn just backed out of it. Thought, you know what? Probably don't need to press the point.
Yeah,
P2
I
is a
can
good
wait.
result.
I can leave it.
It's a good chunk of points. And right now, we need to take those points wherever you can get them, because if we do get a bigger field coming for the TCRs...
Oh, DeBono's off the road.
DeBono's
in
on the
front.
fence. That's going to bring Fillingham back in, and he's right in the braking zone as well.
Oh, dirty tyres. It's going to bring Filliman right into it.
Fillingham is right there. Again, he's all over the back of DeBono. We've seen this all night. This
That was
is
weird
crazy.
from DeBono.
Just too wide, and that grass just sucked him in there.
Yeah, it's pretty uncommon error for him not being pushed as well. Like, he had a bit of a gap. Probably mirror driving to see where the TCR is.
He was probably watching where the TCR was, and then John was also sort of there or thereabouts. He probably just, like you said, a bit of mirror watching, a bit of like, where'd they go?
Yeah,
But
definitely right there. Elmo's damn.
Mark Cochran now, currently P3 in the TCRs. Again, we haven't given them a lot of love tonight. They've been a little bit sleepy, the TCRs, but I got a bit of word that we'll see a slightly bigger field TCR next week. A few drivers will go jump over there, so we'll get some more TCRs out next week. But yeah, just look quiet this week. The boys are just going to bake these points again. It's one of these situations where, you know, there's only 3 or 4. You want to try and maximise your points, because if it does grow in the next couple of weeks, you probably won't have much to hold on to, unfortunately.
Yeah, especially with drop rounds. So the 2 rounds that we've just, or this round and the last round, will go down as drop rounds for the drivers that do go over. So it's pretty much a clean slate. But if you can maximise your points here, you may not lose them later on.
Well, that's right. You know, again, if you're looking at a drop round, you're going to remember everyone's going to have 2 drop rounds anyway. So
Yeah.
it's going to be a big thing there that... what's going on here? We're just seeing all this shenanigery here between these two. Matty King, Cam Hardwick, out here. Oh, they're going to the doors.
Yes.
Cam's trying to outbrake him on the outside.
Hey, you're not going to outbrake Matty Keane there, unfortunately. Especially with those new brakes that he's got.
Matty just nicely done. So he just he
was
passed
just
him and then Cam
smooth.
got back and then he passed him again. So well done. It was a good pass. Nice solid work there by the boys.
Definitely is. I do know Matty Keane is running brand new brakes.
This would be good for Cam actually. Just sit on the back of Matty Keane. He'll pick up a few little things that Matty does, a few little tricks and traits. I just look at the gaps and then I click on the drivers. I'm like, oh, well, this is, this has been brewing all race. Oh, there's Stephanie Piccoli.
Just getting out of the way of the
Awkward
boys.
spot.
Yeah.
Awkward spot too. It's like, ugh. Dylan Gray now is actually on the back of Jacques. Jacques has just put a lap
It's
on
just
him.
taking him.
There's Glenn Wilkinson, not far behind in that screenshot in the purple car, coming up behind Dylan Gray now. Might jump on board with Glenn. Oh, that's a really bad camera angle. Go to this one. We'll get it from the bird's eye
watching the
view. Look at
revs.
this. Look at the pace. He's just looking. He's like, oh no, I'll back out of it.
Yeah, definitely.
The closing speed is very, very abrupt. Not as abrupt as the LMP3 and GT4. These are a little closer in speed. Oh, Dylan. Oh, I was thinking that was
That
going to end
is-
nasty.
That is a hard spot to pass too. Trying to judge the car, the quicker car trying to judge the slower car, and the slower car trying to judge the quicker
I
ones
wanna-
can be quite dangerous there.
Just get a bit of a look at this because that was rather interesting.
Dylan was
Oh.
just trying to drive his line, and then he seen him coming. He sort of backed out of it.
That's you got to be a little bit more aware than that, my boy.
Yeah, definitely do. But that's multi-class racing too. It's just the awareness of your own class, but the other class being so much quicker if
That
you're in the slower
relative?
class.
That relative
Yeah.
would have been lit up in my cockpit, telling me there's a car coming really close. It's
Yeah, my crew chief would have been in my ear. He's quicker car.
so Cameron Hardwick's just running his fastest lap here on the back of Matty Keane
Yeah,
with
he's
a
learning.
45.4. So he's learning as he's going. He's tracking with Matty. He's probably learning a fair bit, I would suggest.
It all depends on how people learn too. If you learn by following, then you get behind someone like, say, Matty Keane, even Jamie Christensen, Dylan Gray, and all these guys up front, you learn so much in just racing line and where to make up time.
Oh!
Damn, come to send.
Cam was trying
Calm
to
down,
outbrake the
son.
brake master. That was interesting. That was pretty well done. He does get a little loose there though. So Cam
definitely
Hardwick
does.
just getting the not quite sure it's the ambition and capabilities are on the same level, but that was gutsy. I'll give him credit for that one. That was very gutsy.
Yeah, definitely very gutsy, but Matt knows how to send it in deep and pull it up. So it's a hard man to go to that with. It's actually weird seeing Matt so far down the field too.
Yeah, back in
He's normally running
P16.
up front.
His pace is there. His pace is kind
Yeah.
of equal to the top 5 or 6 in class, but he's just too far back. Like Michael
Yeah.
Arlett is sort of now up onto the back, almost the back straight. So again, it's a long way in front. So yeah, it's a bit rough. We do have 3 minutes left in tonight's feature. Looks like Jamie Christensen is going to go back-to-back for Vermilion Motorsport. Dylan Gray back there, 13 seconds behind, is going to be P2 for SLM. barring any
Yeah.
major catastrophe. And then Scotty Bargain here is going to be potentially P3, but he's got a little fight with Jackson Pringle going on there. This is for podium, so I don't think there's going to be any team orders.
Oh, I
Kurt
hope not.
Chapman. Kurt Chapman has had another rotation. I think it's in this corner here. This is the second time tonight, I think. He just gets a little inside, hits the inside of the curb,
Yeah. Bounces the car.
and then it's still unloaded, and it just
that's just
not the
that's
wall.
just grab the dirt. Yep, that's a wall.
That's a lot of
That's
damage.
damage.
That's a lot of damage. I'd like to see these boys fight to the finish. Jackson Pringle,
Oh,
Scotty
yeah.
Bargain. I'd like to see them battle. Oh, Chris Pennell's had a crash too. Where was Chris? Chris was behind Michael Arlett in front of Matty Keane. Throw back to that. See what's happened here. This is the coming into the last corner, so this could be onto the front straight. He's
Chapman's in
rotated.
pit lane.
Yeah, Chapman would have towed.
Yeah.
We are in the last little window. Oh, he's well inside the curb. Oh no, he's done a
Yeah.
cam. He's done a cam, but has he kept off the fence?
No.
No.
Oh, it's
Not,
just nosed it.
not enough, but we'll have to see if he can get back on. Get back to this battle now with Jackson Pringle and Scotty Bargain.
Yeah. It's definitely close to the teammates. I do hope they battle all the way to the end.
We are 1 minute.
Yeah, we
1
are
minute
white
to the finish.
flag. Jarks has just started his lap too, so he's going through turn 2 at the moment.
Glenn
So this will be
Wilkinson's
white
right with
flag.
him, actually.
Oh. That'd be scary.
Oh, Jacques really deep
Jarks
out
is
there.
Wide.
He's running that alternate line though. There is another line out there that you can run
Yeah.
that
And you get on
squares
the
off
throttle
the
a lot
hairpin.
earlier.
Yep, that's a line I find
And it
myself
seems
running
to
a lot.
work because he seems to slightly pull.
It does make a gap, but it returns itself back here anyway. So
Yeah.
you can make a lot of time up using that technique, but the problem is you end up giving it back here in this section of track because there's just nothing you can do. Like you're just going to give up a little bit of time. So I
Yeah.
find myself running that line a lot when I come into Okayama. Always find myself going a little bit deeper and squaring off that.
The hairpin, yeah,
That
I do the
hairpin
same,
and-
especially in a GT3.
Yep.
And the
this is gonna be
GT3
on.
works really well, especially if you got a slipstream. I
This
don't
is
know if
not done yet.
it's close, but I don't think he's going to have enough.
No, he's going to be a P2 there.
Yeah, definitely going to be a
Jacques
P2.
Swanepoel is going to bring it through for P1. Glenn Wilkinson P2, and Mark
Finish line
Cochran
is the end of pit lane part, so
no, he's well done.
it's
Well
done.
over then. Mark Cochran is going to come through with a P3 for Apex. The line is right there,
Yeah, right down the end of pit lane.
right on the end of the pit wall. And we will jump to Jamie Christensen because he is going to lead home at the GR86 field.
He's...
Still has a little bit of ways to go.
Nope. He's done.
No, he is done. So he's going to
Yep.
throw it into some circle. Oh, yeah.
Keeps it off the wall.
Dylan Gray is going to bring it home in P2 for the GR86s, and Scotty Bargain in P3
P3.
for the GR86s. So congratulations to our podium tonight. We will get our GR86 podium in.
Yep. Definitely will.
And we will have a chat to those boys and find out about their night. Hey, we didn't see a safety car in that second race, mate.
No, and you look at the laps that the boys ran in the second race.
24 laps by the TCRs, 23 by majority of the 86s, and not a single safety car.
Definitely not. It's definitely a good night for racing. The boys put on a show in the second one. There's a lot of good battles, a lot of close ones. We had the incident in the TCRs, but Glenn doing the right thing and giving it back and stopping pretty much so he can hand it back to Jacques there. A couple of little incidents, but the boys seem to drive out pretty well tonight. I see Tyrone Walsh pushing. Is that Matt King?
No, that's Dylan Gray.
Oh, Dylan.
Dylan's probably run out of fuel. Yeah, he's definitely run out of fuel. This is a regular thing for Dylan Gray lately. He's run out a lot of fuel. He seems to cut it very fine. He loves to get those setups to just on the border.
It's a TCR 86 thing too, to have the TCRs pushing the 86s back.
Well, Tyrone wasn't supposed to be in this tonight. He was actually supposed to be in the safety car, but through a server error, we didn't get the safety car into the server, so he got a chance to race tonight. So it was good to see Tyrone out there having a few laps and, no, again, just banking. The boys fighting on the way to the entry. Well, we've got Scotty Bargin in the green room. What say
we bring Scotty in?
We bring in Mr. Bargin and have a chat. Hey, Scotty, welcome on into the comms room, mate. P3 tonight, the feature.
Hello,
Take
boys.
us through your night, mate. How was it out there?
Oh, it was awesome, man. Great fun.
Great fun. You,
Well, you always do when you're up the front, aren't you?
I was going to say you were having a good little battle there with Jackson. What was going through your mind there, just coming to the finish? Like, was he gonna have a go at you, or was it a bit of a chatter?
Last lap we sort of made a decision just to go for it, but yeah, he didn't quite have it up the inside, bounced off the curb, but you know, things happen. We called him in at the last minute. He wasn't going to race tonight, so.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
He wasn't going to race
before.
Yeah, right.
Oh, well, he's got uni and work and everything, so he sort of came home in the last minute. We're going, quick, get in. We've got a good setup. Let's go.
So, just overall, take us through your night. Race 1, race 2. How was it? And what were your thoughts overall tonight?
It was actually better than last week. So, plan was just to sit up the front and hopefully have the pace, which we sort of did. A couple of boys were just a little bit too quick for us, but you know that happens. But come back with 2-3, so can't complain about that.
Yeah, no, it's a good haul, and it's a big field too. The 86s this season have really exploded. We saw it was quite the other way around last season. We had a lot of TCR and not a lot of 86s, but it's the 86 seems to have, I don't know, maybe it's gotten an update or something, but everyone seems to love it.
It just stepped into their own. It's just so fun to drive, man. You can drive it right on the edge and bump doors and not have any issues too much. So it's just a great car to drive.
Do you think the new damage model has played into the 86 a little bit, considering like the first season of it was a little bit sort of hit and miss with the damage model?
To be honest, this is the second race I've done in it, really.
Oh, well, there you go. Forget that question.
I did do a little bit when it first came out, but it doesn't really feel that much different. More people just need to be a bit more safer because things are going to break a lot easier. So, but it seems to hold up all right, so can't complain.
Yeah, right. Oh no, good job tonight, mate. Really good result for yourself, and again, the field size makes it, I guess, a little bit more fun and enjoyable as well.
Yeah, you got a good bunch of guys out there, up and down the field. You know, so you got a good range of competition. So if anyone comes over, you got fast guys, medium guys, slow guys. So it's all a bit of fun.
Yeah,
exactly
right. Exactly right. Well, mate, we won't hold you too long because you've got a team to go and celebrate with and that kind of stuff. So time for your shout outs, mate. Give your sponsors and team and all that kind of stuff a bit of broadcast on.
Yeah, big thanks to the boys at Virtual Motorsports Mentor. We just started a new team, so things are popping out very, very shortly. So if you keep an eye on our socials, you'll see the full breakdown of what's going on. RSW Graphics for all the paint. There's sponsors this year. There's one more, but I probably forgot, so we haven't got the full rundown. We're still working with the team, so sorry if we forgot you.
That's all good, mate.
Excellent. No, that's all. I mean, we've got guys that'll sit there and I didn't expect to be in here. Let me go and grab the paperwork. So they got to run around and try and find where the list is. So good job.
Yeah, well,
tonight, mate.
it's been like that. Once we sort of work out all the sponsor list properly, that we got a bit of a breakdown, but they're the main two. So
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, that's well done, mate. Hey, like I said, congratulations on a double podium tonight for yourself, and hopefully we'll see you back out next week and
yeah, I'll be
maybe
here next week.
climbing up the order.
I'll try to, mate. I'll do my best.
Well done, Scotty. We'll see you next week, buddy.
Thanks, boys.
See you, bud. All right, that was Scotty Bargin, P3 tonight, back-to-back podiums. Let's
Yes, done a good job.
Let's get Dylan Gray in.
we have to?
Dylan.
Do we-
well, we don't
we
have
have
to.
to?
We can send him back out. Hang on, we'll get rid of him. Dylan Gray, P2 tonight in the feature. Take us through your night, mate. How was it, both races for you?
Different, tricky, slow.
No, we didn't ask what you did, mate. How was the racing?
It was clean, especially when I've gone blank. When Jamie just came from almost rear grid and just drove literally from last to first. He was just driving that clean, making the moves so cleanly, everything, and even with everyone else, the racing was clean, except for lap 1, race 1. Right up. All I know is I got through there unscathed, which I was happy about, and then I just lost pace for some reason, and then
You've had a bit of luck the last couple of nights. What have you been buying lottery tickets or something, mate? Like you've been getting a fair bit of the green lately. It's that's going to come back and bite you at some point, though, right?
I think it's going to come back and bite me next week.
Yeah, next week, mate. Not this weekend. Next week.
Yeah, next week in the trucks. Oh no, Friday night you probably won't have me in here.
Hey, question
Full
for you.
reports.
Question for you. After race 1 with the couple of safety cars we saw, did you expect to go a clean race too?
No. I was going. It's going to be carnage all night.
It's going
Because
to
you look at qualifying between almost the top 4, not before John did his quick lap time. The top 3 were only separated by just under a tenth.
Yeah, we were watching that, and we were noticing it.
It was just that close. I was going. It's going to be a close race, all pretty much in all parts of the track, and then we just got. I think it was 3 safety cars in race 1.
Yeah, what was it like in quali? Because we noticed there was very little track space. I was saying to Andrew, I said, look at the track map. It was just cars everywhere.
Literally, I just qualified on my race setup. I just went. I just need temp in the tires and get clean track in front of me. Like I think my lap time I had no toe whatsoever. So I don't know if people in front of me had toe on their lap or not. I don't know.
I can guarantee that the boys all around, pretty much their best laps were clean, no toe laps.
Yeah. So
That's how close the racing was.
That just proves I'm slow in qualifying.
Oh,
Hey,
mate.
P4 in quali slow. Yeah, all
Yeah,
right.
it's slow for me.
I was going to
You
say,
look-
Sponsors time now, all right.
don't forget to look back down the field who was lower than you, mate, and just tell them you were slow, okay?
Hey, all I can say is I beat him twice in one night. I beat him 4 times in 2 nights, so I'm happy about that.
Oh, he's going to rub in on the boss. Oh, he's laying the kicks in. Right, you can do your sponsor shout-outs, mate. I think the
sponsors
boss are
now,
going to want words with you.
SLM Motorsport and also CFR for putting on the races and you guys doing the broadcast.
That's all right, mate. We'll
Well,
let you go and let the boss deal with you for that comment, all right?
I think I'm going to be in trouble.
Well done tonight,
best
mate.
of
Good
luck,
drive, and we'll see you back out here. If not Friday night,
Friday.
but Monday for the trucks.
Maybe Monday. Friday I might be practicing for Spa.
Yes,
Might
you
be.
have a five
Might be.
and a bit hour stint
Yeah.
Yes.
coming
Don't even
up.
get me started
So
on that.
you get yourself some rest, get yourself some spa practice, mate, and enjoy yourself.
That's gonna be tomorrow's job, Spa practice.
Yeah, well,
You need lots of
letting
it,
you know
mate.
now.
That way you're not slow,
No, no,
remember?
I know.
Focus practice, mate.
All right, buddy. You get out there, go and celebrate
I'll let
with
you
your
go.
team, and we'll wish you luck for next week.
See ya.
Hey, buddy.
All right, we don't have Jamie, we don't have Glenn or Mark, but we do have Jacques, and this is a good mate of yours, mate. You love talking to Jacques, so you know what? You can have this one, mate. This is all yours.
Welcome, Sharks. Congrats on the overall win tonight, mate. And how was it out there?
It was a hectic night. First race obviously ended for me between turn 1 and 2. Unfortunately, I was able to at least make it back to getting close to pole for the start in the second race, and I knew I had to keep Mr. Wilkinson behind me. I think this is a case of tortoise and hare. I drove a very, very wide tortoise tonight. That's the best way I can put it. I tried to look after the tires because I knew towards the end he was burning and pushing a lot harder than I was, and he was burning through the tires. So once I saw him starting to fall off, it was easier for me to just control the pace and to keep a reasonable gap between us. But like I said, I could make the car reasonably wide and make sure that I keep him behind me because I think he had a lot better pace. I think on the straights, the Audi was pulling away a bit, but in the corners, he was always catching me. So very, very, very strategic battle on my behalf tonight. Really enjoyed it, but would have liked to have done that in race 1 as well.
Yeah, no, it's just unlucky race 1 with what happened. We saw that on stream, and that must have sucked coming back through the field as well. But I did see that the incident in race 2 that's put you off. It's good to see your competitors actually sit back and go, "Oh, sorry, man," and let you take the spot back. And was there any damage from that, or was the car all good?
No, there were definitely damage at the rear. The right rear, I had to use my quick repair going into the pits. Didn't affect the speed too much because the Audi is semi-built like a tank. It handles a few dings reasonably well. Except for a head-on collision with the GR86. I don't think any vehicle handles well. But other than that, yeah, it was. I had a small deficit, but it wasn't enough to make a massive difference. I could still drive the car straight. It was still had the pace. So, as I said, with the Audi, it's probably not the most basic car. But I turned the wing all the way down, knowing that on the straight I had half a chance of at the very least keeping people at bay if I can keep them behind me through the corner. So a big strategic race for me at this track. It was definitely a humdinger battle there.
No,
So-
it looks like it's going to be.
So if I can, Jacques, so we asked Dylan, after the first race, were you expecting the second race to go clean the way it did with no safety cars at all?
I expected at least one safety car, and I was dreading the safety car because I was dreading the safety car right after turn 1 on lap 1. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. But as I said, by the end of lap 2 or 3, I think Glenn was right back up to me, and then it was just a case of defending. And what I learned from last week is not to leave gaps and not to even give the hint that there's a door to push your nose into. So I try to make sure that I move early, show him where I'm going to be early, communicate that as best as I can, and leave as few possibilities for him to pass me the easy way. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Were you worried about his undercut? Like, because he pitted just before you did. He pitted maybe a lap or 2 before you. Were you worried about the undercut at all?
I knew that there was a risk that he could undercut me, but I had also turned the pace down a bit. If you look at my laps, you'll see I was skipping him and then 38.9s, and as soon as he put it, I did 38.6s, 38.5s. And the reason I did that is I knew that he was going to come out possibly in traffic. If I go the lap after him, I had a better chance of still leapfrogging him. So, and I think I timed my pit entry absolutely perfect. So it worked out well. As I said, I think he burned his tyres. So even if he had passed me in the pits, the chances were I could potentially catch him once he burned through the tyres, because the Audi is better in the longer races if you can manage the tyres. It's definitely well suited to the 40-minute races.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting, especially next week. We take on Knock Hill. Any plans for that, mate, or are we just a case of lots of practice?
So Knockhill is a track I'm not even going to take on. I'm happy to jump into the combox next week if needs be.
He's waving the white flag already. I love it.
There is
I
word
actually
of
don't own the track. I've not bothered to buy it purely because it's always in every other weeks that I've seen, it's typically there's a lot of wrecking happening. So
Yeah.
unless you're the first two cars through, it's really hard to get a clean race. So I haven't bothered with getting the track yet. So I'll be sitting out next week. It'll be one of my drop weeks. So happy to jump in a combox and assist with some commentary if needed.
It's going to be an interesting week too. A few drivers saying they're going to jump over to the TCR next week as well.
I'm hoping that happens. I might actually just buy Knockhill and see how I'd fare on it. But like I said, I haven't driven it before. I've watched some others drive it and fail. So it is a track that you either love or hate. So we'll see how we go.
Yeah, definitely. We'll get the shout outs done, mate, and what keeps you coming back on track every week.
Yeah, as always, I want to thank SLM Motorsports and thanks to the team for all the support and the camaraderie. I'm falling on my words a bit. The adrenaline's still wearing down, so it was a very pressure-filled race. So, but all the team support has really been good. Really been enjoying the bantering in the team. So, looking forward to many more of these.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely are, mate. And, well, we'll let you go. It looks like you guys got a few reviews to get through tonight. And
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having us, and thanks for presenting, as always, a very professional broadcast for us.
Good on, Jocks.
No problem, mate. Have a good one, man. Well done again tonight.
Thanks.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, Stephanie Piccoli, that was great fun. Glad you enjoyed it. Welcome back to the league. It's always a pleasure to have the Apex crew along.
Even when they are trying to take each other out.
Even when they are like crisscrossing and dive bombing and throwing it up the inside. But no, it was good racing. That second race was stellar. Really looking forward to seeing the rest of the season unfold. Obviously, Knock Hill next week. That is going to be brutal. That is a go-kart circuit made for shopping trolleys. It's going to be interesting.
It's going to be the interesting race for the season, I believe. It's going to lead to some either one-line racing or some very desperate moves.
It's going to stretch some friendships. Let's say that.
Yeah.
It's going to stretch them very far. But yeah. Anyway, I want to thank Andrew tonight for joining me in the Comox. Always a pleasure to have you alongside me, mate.
Mate, it's always a pleasure not to die when I'm in here too, but we'll get that soon. Hopefully I'll be good in the next week or so.
But to everyone out in the Kickland, thank you so much for tuning in. YouTube as well, thank you so much for dropping on in. We appreciate having you guys along for the ride. Don't forget, it is Drive for Mental Health Season 2 here at CFR. The links are in the chat if you do feel like giving a lot. Do what you wish. Follow the on-screen link. Hit the button. Help us out. Help us achieve good things for a good cause. We will be back, not tomorrow night. We have a night off. We'll be back on Friday night. Formula Ford. Andrew, I know you are pumped for that.
Definitely am. And we're at Laguna Seca. Let's see who can keep this Formula Ford straight going down the corkscrew.
It's either going to be down the hill or over the barrier, one of the two. It's going to be great fun. So, folks, tune in for that Friday night, 7:15 kickoff. As always, be joined by the one and only Andrew Butcher. We nicknamed him Butcher because that's what he does to your names. on Friday night. But we love having you guys around. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you Friday night. Be good to yourself. Be good to your fellow driver. And we will see you then. Goodbye.